Sheldon wants to know how Charles Manning is doing. You can hear us, Sheldon? I mean, where else can you get service like this? I mean, that's right. Manning, are we good? All right. Caleb, you good? All right. Manning, he won't play tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll have him, have him a little bit closer to ready for Alabama. But he'll definitely be out tomorrow. But he's progressing. The setback we had last week, maybe he's not quite as serious as we thought. So I think he's progressing and hopefully moving towards a return on Saturday.
Thank you.
No problem.
Could you just speak to why you feel like he's critical? You mentioned the defensive end last week.
Well, we really missed him last week. Both games, they were similar, but they were different. But, the basics are we couldn't keep the ball out of the paint in either game. And so, we didn't do a great job guarding the ball, as good a job as we need to do guarding the ball. And so, Charles is probably our best, if not one of our best, on-ball defenders. And so, he's somebody that can help us keep the ball out of the paint and set the point of attack on our defense.
Coach, when it comes to that sort of environment at Auburn, down to the wire, obviously, besides the loss, what is your?
Look, we played our asses off. We played so well. We deserve. I screwed it up at the end. Our kids played well enough to win. I should have called timeout. We had 2 opportunities. I messed that up. But we played. You can't ask for a team to go in and play much better than that on a short turnaround when they had an extra day of rest, an extra day to prepare. We didn't get back till 3 in the morning from Vanderbilt because of the weather. We played as hard as we could play, and we played really, really well. For 27 minutes, we played as good as we've played all year. And the last 7 minutes, we kind of, but for us to rally in overtime like that and take the lead, we played tremendous in a really, really tough environment. And like I said, there's a lot of things I wish I'd have done differently down the stretch to help our guys out a little bit more. But, I told our guys after the game, I'm proud of them. They played their asses off. And, we just didn't get the result we wanted. It's been tough. It's happened 3 times this year. Utah State, Southern Cal, and Auburn, where we were the better team for most of the game and led for vast majorities of the game. And we didn't get the result we wanted. But that's part of it. Mississippi State was kind of the opposite, and we throw the shot in at the end of the game and win. So, it evens out some. But I thought we played tremendously. I thought Auburn played tremendously. Those were 2 really, really good teams and championship-level teams. And, McCormick, give him all the credit. He made some unbelievable shots and some unbelievable plays at the end. But it was a heck of a game.
Well, I know you say you don't pay a lot of attention to the rankings. Do you want to point out to your team that, hey, you guys had a tough week, but you're still tied for first in the SEC, or you want to not that be a factor?
We talked about that this morning. There's 27 days from now till March 7th when it's over. And so, trust me, when we left the Staples Center, we'd have signed up for this. When we left the Staples Center, we'd have signed up for this. And so, you've always got to have perspective. Auburn lost twice in a week, and they lost in a lot worse fashion than we did and bounced back and won 6 straight and haven't, But the reality is, we're 8-2. Kentucky's 8-2, and Auburn's 8-2, and it's a sprint these last 8 games to see who can be disciplined enough and who can win every day. And we just got to focus on today. We got to have a great day today. Get ready for a good Missouri team that's given us fits. All our games with them have been 1-possession games the last couple years, and so we've just got to try to do a great job today. But at the end of the day, we're in a very, very good spot. And now we just need to lock in and finish here down the stretch.
I know you said you're hoping to get Manning back for Saturday, but what do you have to do to get the bench to start, performing a little bit better after scoring like 7 points combined in those last 2 games?
Get another bench player. We just don't have a lot of. You're basically talking about Marlin and Hyatt and then a little bit of Marshall. So I mean, the flip side of that is we got 5 starters that average in double figures. So it's just kind of, we are who we are. We can't let Cambridge hit 7 threes. He hit 5 against South Carolina. That was the difference in that game. And hit 7 against us. That was the difference.
Kind of just watching it at home, I felt like Skylar had the weight of the world on his shoulder in that game, and everything had to roll through Skylar. Do you need to get other guys their shots?
No, we just kind of went with the hot hand. They did a good job bottling Javante up early, and that's why Days was able to hit those threes. Days getting in foul trouble really hurt us. We got pushed around on the glass a little bit in the second half. But, I thought Watford played a great game. Watford played really, really well. There were some points out there that maybe, he normally gets that he didn't get in that game. But I thought he played well. I thought Days played well. They did a good job. Javante was our leading scorer in SEC play coming into the game. They did a good job, taking him out on ball screens, which opened some things up for Skylar. So, we've got a lot of different guys that can beat you. We got 5 guys that average in double figures, and Saturday was, kind of Skylar's day, but there'll be other days for other guys.
Coach, what is the message to this team after that tough week? Of course, you guys are still atop the SEC and still ranked nationally, but what is the whole message that you said to them following the game?
What I said, I was proud of them. We just got to stay focused, and, it's a race, 27 days. You got to win every day. 8 of them are game days, and 19 of them are rest, recovery, practice days, and we got to be great on all those days. Whichever team's the best on all those days will come out on top. And so we've got to focus in and, just worry about winning each of those 27 days. And if we do that, we'll probably like where we stand. If we don't, we won't. But everybody has tough weeks, and it's how you bounce back and how you respond. But I like our team. I like coaching our team. I feel good about our team no matter what happens moving forward. And like I said, if you'd have asked us to sign up for this, I think everybody would have taken this, even coming into the season. And so, our margins aren't quite as big as maybe they were, but we've got plenty enough to do it, and we just got to focus in every day and do it.
I'm just looking at this, and you got 3 sophomores and a freshman, and you're starting 5. Is this kind of the reality that maybe that magic stuff you were talking about before, we've all led to believe this team maybe plays a little bit more veteran or a little bit more over their head than maybe we should really expect?
No, no, I think we've grown up. I think we've got a very good team. I think we've got a great team, and we just got to go out there and prove it. Like I said, Saturday's on me. That ain't on those players now. Those players played great. That was me down the stretch messing that up. And so, they need some help, some of them. They need some help down the stretch, and that's why I saved the timeouts. I didn't use the timeouts. That's my fault. But the players did everything we could ask them to do, and we're getting good. We're a good team now. That's Auburn's a top 10 team. We went in there and we led the game for 30+ minutes, and we played great. So, I try to keep some perspective, and we're in first place. We're tied for first place. We're only 3 years into the thing. From where we came from to where we are now, pretty good.
Coach, second chance points big against Auburn.
Yeah, we just got shoved around in the second half. Wiley just shoved us out of the way a couple times, and Auburn did a good job checking us out. They did a really good job checking us out, so we didn't get to the offensive glass like we usually do. But give them credit; they're a great offensive. We kind of mirror each other. They get to the free throw line a lot. They get on the offensive glass, but they just shoved us in the back and went and got the ball. And so you got to hit lower. We got to have lower center of gravity, move them out low, and we weren't able to do that. Even if McCormick misses that last shot, he was right there to tip it in.
Is that one of the things where do you need Emmett to be in better position, or Darius to step up, maybe Trenton to step up on the offensive glass?
Well, we'll be fine there. I'm not worried about that. We got a lot of other stuff I'm much more worried about than us getting on the offensive glass. I think we'll be fine there. Missouri's a heck of a defensive rebounding team, second best in the league. So, you know, I may not see the results immediately against them tomorrow, but I think we'll be fine on the glass. We've been great all year on the glass, and you know, Auburn, that was a huge part of their game plan, and they took some of those guys out of the game on the glass. Give them credit. I mean, they got good players too. And they got good athletes too. McLemore's a heck of an athlete. Akaro's a heck of an athlete. Wiley's, you know, like the sixth most efficient rebounder in the entire country, not even in our league. Like, I mean, so they've got, you know, they got really good pieces on that front line too, just like we do. And it's just two good front lines banging it out.
What would you describe the team's identity as, and is it still a little fluid because you got Marlon Taylor back right, and then shortly after that Charles Manning got injured? Is it still kind of difficult to see what this team can really be?
Well, we're more offensive oriented than defensive oriented. I can tell you that with pretty good certainty. But you know, I think we'll see. You know, I feel good when we get Charles back. We'll have a full deck of cards, and you know, we'll have. You know, we'll have a piece that we've been missing and lacking, and we'll have some good depth. We'll have 8 or 9 guys we can play, and so you know it'll certainly be good to get him back, and I think then we can make a final push.
You found the worst 3-point defense team in the conference coming in here, Missouri.
What now?
They're worse at 3-point defense than y'all are.
Yeah, a lot of that's like 3-point deep. The reason I'm not actually a lot of that's luck. That's the one stat that's just kind of luck. I mean, we force guys to shoot it off the. Sheldon, turn your phone off. Somebody let him in. Golly. What a disaster. Kent, here's your phone back. Golly. Huh? What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. I mean, a lot of it's luck. I mean, McCormick hit them off the bounce. I mean, those are 20% shots, some of them. And so, I mean, I keep waiting for it to regress back to the mean, and it hadn't regressed back yet. So hopefully it will here before long. But I don't think you can. That's the one stat I really don't pay any attention to, is the other team's 3-point defense or our 3-point defense. That's, like I said, that's the most luck reliant stat that there is out there. What are you trying to say? We shoot terribly at home and we're playing a team that doesn't defend. Right. Yeah. Probably have Mark Smith back too, one of the best 3-point shooters in the league, 37% 3-point shooter.
I mean, I guess it's difficult for you because one week you tell them, you know, look, defend the paint, you know, don't worry about the 3, and then Auburn comes in and blows it up from 3. Is it hard to get those guys the right message at the right time? I mean, I know what you're saying, you're being positive, but at the same point in time, it's a couple of frustrating wins, you know, for teams that looked like you guys should have finished.
I don't know. I mean, everybody goes through it. It's not always smooth. So, you know, it's just the way it goes. You know, there's one year at VCU we won the league or tied for the league title. We lost at Fordham. It was like Vanderbilt. I mean, you know, it's just the way it goes. I mean, it's basketball. Crazy things can happen. Maxwell Evans can go off. I mean, it's just the way things, you know, that's the way things go. I mean, McCormick hit 3 threes in like 24 seconds. I mean, that's part of it. So, you know, we got to respond the right way. We can't focus on all that stuff. We got to focus on the stuff we can control. I always tell them, you know, everybody always says respond. Well, what's the definition? Focus on the next most important thing. So we can't focus on, like, the next most important thing is we got to have a great day today to prepare ourselves to have a good day tomorrow, to prepare ourselves to give ourselves a chance to beat Missouri. And if we beat Missouri, we'll keep going from there. But, you know, I don't take a sky is falling approach. I mean, we've got a good team. We've played well for the most part. We've been very, very consistent for the most part. Our effort at Vanderbilt certainly wasn't what we expected, but we turned that around and came back with unbelievable effort on a short turnaround in a really, really tough spot at Auburn. And we just didn't, you know, I didn't coach them well enough down the stretch. So that's, you know, that's the way it goes. And I got no doubt we're going to bounce back and we're going to close the season strong, whatever that looks like. And we're going to head into postseason. We're gonna play well.